Hey guys, uh, this is Ross, WD4EHU, once again with a technical video from the Ham Shack. Uh, the video is basically to show how to program the oldie goldies Kenwood equipment. Could be a mobile, could be repeaters. In this particular case, we are programming an oldie goldie Kenwood TKR 820. Who right now it's programmed on probably the T band. The T band, for those who don't know, is anything around the 470 megahertz range. All right, that's called the T band in the communication lingo. Anyway, this is the KPG 20. I'm sorry, KPT 20 is the programmer that was designed by Kenwood back in the 70s, early 80s, to be able to program radios and repeaters alike with this old technology, which works very, very well. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is actually let me power cycle this thing because I was programming something else before. Anyway, we're going to power cycle it in the back. Now it says ready. Now, first thing is, after power up, there is a spatial cable. Okay, this is the spatial cable. Okay, let me back away. This is a spatial cable that goes right here, as you can see. All right, it can only go in one way, so don't worry about it. It will not go in unless it's the correct way. So the first thing we're going to do is, since it says ready, what we're going to do is we're going to push the mode button, and it says mode entry. Now there's different entry levels. One that I can remember is 1. You enter 1. When you enter 1, it goes to mobile. Since repeaters are mobile, they're pretty much the same. You know, it's a radio and two radios, one receiver, and one transmitter. We're going to hit enter. Once we hit enter, it's going to ask us what ROM type we're going to select. Now, if you select 2764, it's for an external EEPROM. If you select 9346, it could either be the PL, DPL chip. It's a microchip that goes into this particular slot. See, 9346. But in this case, you have to enter 9346 because that's the external cable also. So we're going to hit number 2. Number 2. Once we hit number 2, it's asking us to do frequency or signaling. Obviously, that's why I just explained that both features have the same numbers. But in this case, we're going to do frequency. See? Frequency. Now, the next screen you're going to get, it says auto or step. Now, manual gets a little complicated, so we're going to use 1. It's kind of misleading because you think auto is going to do things by itself, but in reality it doesn't. So that's just the way they do it. So we're going to press number 1, which is auto step. Once you see auto step mode, select option 1. That's mobile. That's already highlighted. We're going to hit the enter key. Once we hit the enter key, that's what comes up. Channel 1, R/T. That means receiver / transmitter in megahertz. So what do? We go to channel. Okay, and there is channel. And then we're going to, since it says here, the first thing that it says is R, then you're going to enter on the keypad. You see the little cursor down here waiting for your input. Then you're going to enter the actual receive frequency of your radio, of your repeater. That was most likely will be the high input. So this is going to be GMRS. We're going to press 4, 6, 2, Well, I'm sorry. But anyway, I'll reprogram it. It's no big deal. You have to hit the period. So now we got 462.550. You got to keep hitting zeros. Don't go over until the slash. So it's 462.550. And you got to add another zero. Then you hit enter once again, and it'll take you on the other side of the slash. That would be your transmit frequency, but since I entered it wrong, I'm going to put the output frequency, the input frequency repeater as an output. But anyway, so it will be 467.5500. Once we have that, we'll come here and check it. Okay, receive 46255, transmit 46755. Obviously, it should be backwards, but that's fine, just for the sake of the teaching purpose. That's how it goes. All right, so now we got that. Now we're going to come here to the program button. Okay. Let's say program. Okay, no, I'm sorry, you have to hit enter. Yeah, you hit enter, and then this will show up. Okay, so now remember, we're using an external connection, which is this particular cable, so it is an external connection. Remember, you see two 9346 and three 9346 external, so at this time, we're going to hit 3, number 3. And it says program 9346 external. Then we hit enter, and now it says it's busy. It's sending all the data we just programmed on the programmer to the EEPROM of the repeater. Okay, right there. Now it says ready. Now the repeater, it's programmed with its input and output frequencies. So that's ready to go. Now what I wanted to mention that is a misconception about there's some companies out there, even hams like myself, that are selling a IC chip socket with the EEPROM program for your settings. Okay, that's beautiful, but there's two problems with that. The first problem is that you have to go and disassemble the repeater, start desoldering an IC chip, which you run the chance of damaging. Remember, these repeaters are oldie goldies. You run the chance of damaging something while extracting the IC chips. So, and why are they say to do that? Because then they sell you an EEPROM to replace the one you just removed, and then you first install the IC chip socket that gets soldered to the board, and then now you insert the what do you call it, the EEPROM with your repeater frequency information, and that's great. But there is a problem. Once you do that, yeah, your repeater knows what frequency to operate on, but you know what? What about the alignment process? Well, there's alignment that needs to be done, and the alignment, it's not complicated, but I'm going to leave that to another video. See, everything it's in done. That's a power supply side, but there is a placing it. Let me remove the. Actually, I'm installing, as you can see, a communication specialist, another oldie goldie, shared repeater tone panel, model TP3200. Highly recommended. So if you can see in here, okay, I'm gonna try to get close. Let me zoom in. Come on, cooperate. Okay, as you can see, once you program the frequencies, you have two TCXOs. That means temperature compensated crystal oscillator. Remember, back in the old days, the stability of the equipment was not perfect because it's old technology. So as you can see, there is two TCXOs here. One for transmit. This is the one for Let's see, transmit or receive? I don't remember right now. But anyway, that's irrelevant. Then once you do that, you see this little, it says TP1. That's a test port or a test point. And there is another pin down in here somewhere. What, did I steal it? Okay, I don't see it. But anyway, I'll find it there when it comes time for alignment. So what you do is you gotta set that for, I think it's 3.84 volts DC, both of them. And then you gotta go into the, see the little trimmers in here? You gotta be very careful because they're very easy to break. Especially this one. This one, not so much. Because it's called an air trimmer. So you have to turn that. Obviously, you have to have the proper equipment to do it. And that's where it gets complicated. So you think by getting a socket, disassembling your repeater, removing parts, soldering this stuff in, yeah, you're still out because you need to do the alignment process. Otherwise, your repeater is not going to receive with any great level of sensitivity, and your transmitter power, it's going to depend on the alignment that you do. So, having said that, just be careful when you have a piece of equipment like this, which you could probably buy on eBay or whatever for a reduced price. Then you're stuck with not being able to do anything with it. Anyway, what I recommend is spend the time and the money, take it to somebody that knows. They'll probably charge you 150, whatever. It'd be worth it. Because like I said, once you receive that IC socket and chip, you're stuck with the alignment. And for the alignment, you do need one of these babies. Let me back out. This is a service spectrum analyzer. Okay? That has to generate signals to the receiver for alignment, and also when it receives a signal from the transmitter, that's how you do your alignment. That's how much power you know if there's the transmitter is off frequency, all of that has to go to this. So as you can see, that's already set at 462.55 because I was already programming a previous repeater. And this is my spectrum analyzer, which I'm not using right now because I'm not doing the alignment. And there's my oscilloscope. So anyway, I hope this video has been helpful. It has answered some of the questions that are out there and some of the misconceptions that are out there on various medias about this type of equipment. All right, that's all for tonight. 7-3s. Have a great one. Stay safe. God bless. And this is 7-3s from the WD4EHU Ham Shack.